We come walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the monkeys, and people say we're monkeying around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Hi, I'm Caswell Cooke, and welcome to the Caswell Cooke Show. Tonight we're in the studios of 88.1 FM WBLQ, and we're here with Davey Jones.
Hi, I'm Davey Jones, and I'm Davey Jones. I'm a special guest on the Caswell Cooke Show.
Oh, you got the name right and everything. Well, we picked you up at the casino because you're playing at Foxwoods, although when everyone sees this, you will have played at Foxwoods. Anyway, we brought you down to the beach and took you to the Andrea Hotel.
Thank you for telling me where I am.
Yeah. What did you think of the Andrea?
The Andrea, I think we should get a rudder on it and float it. Definitely. You get a better quality of clam out there, you know what I'm saying?
You met Lenny Colucci.
I met Lenny Colucci. I said, how you doing, Lenny? I said, how'd you prepare your chicken? He says, we come right out and tell them they're gonna die.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What else can I say? Hey, Lenny, thanks for the food. I'm sure I'll be dealing with it later as well. What can I say? You're looking a little dismayed over there.
Many.
Hair standing on end.
Yeah.
Oh, is it normally that way?
It's just the hair.
Okay, good. Okay. I need to get some of that.
Yeah.
You notice the little gray tints in my hair?
No.
Thank you very much. Caswell.
It's a nice wig.
Thank you, yes. Why I would want to buy a toupee with a hole in the top, I've got no idea, but I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks more real.
Thank you very much.
Authentic.
Okay, watch that.
You told it.
And I see what you did with a fork at the dinner table today. You nearly killed your girlfriend.
Yeah, but you caught a fly with your bare hands.
Yes, I know. I was going to.
Big round of applause for the fly catcher right here.
I was gonna wear gloves. Yes.
And then he went and ate his food with his hand.
Yes, and then I caught my hand in my fly. That was the problem. You know?
You had the steamers, and we called them here pissers.
No, I had the steamer in my hand, actually, to tell you the truth. What are we talking about here?
30 years ago, when you came on the scene, we're going to start from the beginning if we can. You were a young boy, and you did this thing called Oliver.
Oliver, yeah, I was in Oliver. I was on Broadway. Was nominated for a Tony Award for The Artful Dodger. Now I've been touring the country over the last couple of years playing Fagin. Joey Nardis, my dear, lovely to see you, my boy. My kids said it was about time I acted my age, so, you know, that's why I did that part.
Years ago, when you joined this little band, I'm always curious because everyone has, like, the different rumors about how the Monkees got started. Was it someone said, all right, we're going to have a band, we're going to call it the Monkees, and we're going to hire some actors, or we're going to hire some people, or we're going to hire some musicians, or was it you that grabbed some guys and said it was the Monkees? I mean, how did it start? Did it start like a normal band?
I grabbed some guys. No, that's not kind of my style, you know what I'm saying?
So I hadn't heard.
Yeah, it's true. No, the show was put together by Screen Gems Columbia Pictures, and they decided they were going to put A Hard Day's Night, which was a Beatles movie in the early mid-'60s, that they thought would transmit over to television, and it did. And we sort of really basically copied that idea, and we put a little bit of script to it, wrote a few songs, and the rest was hysterectomy. I mean, history. Sorry.
years was the show on?
The show was on a couple of years. It's been rerun and overrun. And
how does it make you feel now? I mean, you're not an old guy. I mean, you're in your 50s, which is cool. You know, my dad, you're a couple years younger than my dad. But how does it make you feel when, like, half the people in this room weren't alive when your show was on the air, but they all know you?
Well, it makes me feel wonderful that someone's here, yeah. What do you mean, they know me from the Monkees and such? Yeah. Well, the Monkees has been rerun, the radio stations play the songs all the time, so there's always that ongoing connection, regardless of the fact that, you know, we haven't had any hit records in years, and we haven't really been touring as the Monkees for years, but, you know, I tour and do different stuff, and I was playing a couple of years ago with Peter and Mickey, and not last year, but the year before, Mike joined us. We made a TV special. We made this album here, Just Us, Justice. 12 new tunes we wrote, we produced, and we played on them. And then I realised, you know, it was best to, after listening down to it, leave it to the professionals. No. Hey, are there any Monkey fans here tonight? I must have the wrong list here because my next song is Dunkershed.
It's always, people always like to say that Jimi Hendrix, we were talking about over lunch, the Andrea, is a great guitarist, died certainly before his time. Jimi Hendrix opened for the Monkees when he was a little-known act back when. I mean, how did you find him and put him on the bill with you?
Well, it's interesting you should say that. Find him, put him on the bill. We actually saw him down in New York at a little coffee bar. He was playing with a left-handed guitar. He was playing it with his teeth. He played it behind his back. He did all kinds of amazing things. And the Monkees, the way we looked at the Monkees when we first started was we were copying the Marx Brothers and the Three Stooges and the Dead End Kids and the Bowery Boys. And obviously a little bit of the Beatles was in there too. And so when we saw Jimi Hendrix downtown New York, we thought, this is perfect. He's vaudeville, he's theatre. Because later years we had Al Yankovic open for us, who was pretty different, and we had people like the Fifth Dimension, Lulu, a lot of different acts open for the Monkees. But we thought Hendrix would be a great opening act, somebody that could get the audience going, and it was something that they probably had never seen before. Well, he came out and he did about 12 concerts with us, and after about 6 or 7 shows, Foxy Lady was hitting the charts, and Forest Hill Stadium came around after about 3 months on the road, and he went off to pursue his own success with his own records. And so, that was the end of Jimi Hendrix as far as, our relationship and our working situation together. But he went on to rock the world, and obviously it was a pleasure having, been part of that little part of his life. But it's a shame, as you said, that he ended it so soon, or it was ended so soon, however the circumstances.
What did you do during the 1970s? What kind of time was that for you? I mean, the Monkees were done, and disco music comes on the scene. I mean, where did you find yourself right after the Monkees broke up?
Well, I was in LA. I was doing things like, a guest appearing on things like the Tennessee Ernie Ford Thanksgiving Day special, and sort of Tom Jones had a show at the time, and, I was doing a couple of guest appearances here and there, and touring and myself, and a bit of theatre. I came to the East Coast. I think I was up in Connecticut, actually, doing dinner theatre. I think doing The Boyfriend. It was a show that, a little part in that, and it's much the same as I've done over the years. When I'm not working in casinos or making, personal appearances, then I go back to the theatre, which is fortunate that I can do that, and a lot of acts can't do that. Today I'm, sort of touring with my band and still doing much the same. I do guest appearances on TV shows and talk shows and just promoting whatever I'm doing at the time.
And now there's a book you're promoting now?
I have a new book. It's called Davey Jones, Daydream Believing. It's my third book. My first book was They Made a Monkey Out of Me. It's an autobiography. My second book was called The Mutant Monkeys Meet the Masters of the Multimedia Manipulation Machine. If you can say that 3 times fast, you get a free book.
I won't try.
And my third book is Davey Jones, Daydream Believing. I must also say that I do write a lot. I've written a novel and a few short stories. I write songs. I've written over 100 songs, and that was just this morning, So, I mean, I sort of like play around all around the business. One day I would like to direct, and I would like to produce and do all those things, but right now I'm busy, trying to pay for my daughter's wedding next week, and she's getting married in Santa Barbara the 28th of August. I have 4 daughters, all girls. Thank you.
All right, father of the bride.
Yes, it's an amazing thing. I obviously get reminded constantly of the Monkees, and I am 53 years old now, and people say you don't look any different. You're still the same. Well, obviously their eyes are getting a little tired because, as the Rolling Stone magazine said, I have more lines on my face than Union Station. But they were never big fans of the Monkees. It's really interesting, It's been a very, very difficult time for me over the years, from time to time. But having been married twice, got 4 daughters, I've been keeping myself busy and trying to make my life go easier and easier. And as you get older, you do that for yourself. You stop doing things and you start doing things, and you make it more of a pleasure and more of a, more of an event instead of sort of like a one-off,
Well, we're standing here with Davey Jones and Representative Brian Patrick Kennedy from Rhode Island, and Brian is here to give a little something to Mr. Jones.
Well, Davey, it's really a pleasure to have the opportunity to meet you today. I happened to be on DaveyJones.com last night just looking through some stuff, and I was very interested to find out about your interest in horses. I didn't realize that before you became one of the Monkees, you were actually a horse racing jockey.
I was an apprentice jockey, yeah, I was in England, and as I was saying earlier on in the interview, I rode my first winner on the track a couple of years ago, which was one of the biggest thrills of my life, as was the Monkees.
And one of your horses, Diggy?
Diggy, right, Dig Pass, that's his name, yeah. He ran it in Canada a couple of days ago, and hopefully he'll continue to run. He's running well, and who knows, we'll maybe have a winner soon.
The other thing I was amazed about was your background. You've been in Godspell also. You've done Oliver. In fact, Caswell is a big Beatles fan. You were in Oliver on the Ed Sullivan Show the day the Beatles appeared?
That's correct. We did a segment from Oliver, and the Beatles were there. It was a small theatre on Broadway. It was the Ed Sullivan Theatre, about a 400-seater, and it was full of Beatle fans. And I looked out there and I thought, I like this. I think I'd like to be a recording artist, and that was actually what instigated my going to Columbia Pictures and making records pre-Monkees, and then all of a sudden the Monkees happened, and everything worked out perfectly.
Wow. Well, I have for you today, this is an official citation from the Rhode Island House of Representatives. Since you already have the largest collection of Monkees memorabilia of anybody, this will be something that will be a little bit different for you. It is a State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantation citation. It says, "Be it hereby known to all that the Rhode Island House of Representatives hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Davey Jones in recognition of an outstanding career in entertainment spanning over 3 decades, in which you have earned the title of Teen Idol Heartthrob. As one of the Monkees, you starred in a popular weekly TV program, and as a singer contributed to 9 original Monkees albums and 4 #1 hits, as well as several solo albums. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued good fortune, given this 21st day of August, 1999, by me, Representative Brian Kennedy."
Well, thank you, Brian. That's lovely, and I do have memorabilia. I've kept a lot of things, and I've actually just purchased a building in my little town, Beavertown, Pennsylvania, and it's going to be a memorabilia museum, and I'm collecting stuff from all around the world from different people, not just Monkees, but other stuff from the 60s, and hopefully it'll be something that'll be part of the legacy, and hopefully people will enjoy coming to look at it. And this is certainly going to be on the wall. I'll put it in a nice, in another frame so that it doesn't get touched and messed up, you know, because people do like to handle them, but I appreciate it, and thank you very much. I didn't realize I'd done all that.
Well, absolutely, and welcome to Rhode Island.
But it's in writing.
It's in writing.
Cool. Hey, thank you.
David.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we have enough.
When you're sitting around the house without anything to do, relaxing, having the drink of your choice, tune in to the Caswell Cooke Show. You'll have a ball.
You got to wave to everybody in Rhode Island.
Hi, Rhode Island.
The last guest we had before your husband was Davey Jones.
Oh my gosh, I used to scream and cry over him.
Yeah.
I saw him in the Monkees when they came to Phoenix.
I'll send this clip to Davey Jones. Say whatever you want to say to him.
Oh, I just think he's wonderful. I love Davey.
Davey, you see that?
I love you, Davey.
The future First Lady. There you go. So what...
May I say you have extremely good taste. And I bet you taste good too. I recognize myself, but I don't know who those other 3 guys are. Groucho, Zeppo, and Harpo. Okay. Hey, how the hell are you doing out there? If you feel something in the small of your back, don't worry, it's probably a tall guy with a gun. Kind of close quarters out there, isn't it? Okay, everybody, take your clothes off! He said, go on, man. What's the matter here? It's kind of a... I feel like I'm in a big bean can or something over here. You! I never heard so much of myself before. Hey, how the hell are you doing? It's great to see you. It's unbelievable here. I'll tell you, I'm staying close. I am staying close to this place because I look out my window and all I see is trees, okay? Okay. Forever. No good running out on your bill here, is it? It's unbelievable. You could watch your dog run away for 3 days here.
Okay, just have him cut out of this song. We're going to do a quick little boom boom. Hey, Joe.
I've warmed them up for you, Al.
Yeah. Seat feels
They're
good
all
now.
warm now. They're going to ask the real questions now.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Al Copley, formerly with a great band called Roomful of Blues. He also played with the fabulous Thunderbirds.
We were called the the flunkies.
Yeah.
No. The T-Birds were doing 3 months straight without a night off, and I had 3 nights off in between playing in Switzerland and going and starting in Paris. And then I rented a studio from midnight in Amsterdam. You know what Amsterdam's like. This record was recorded between 4 and 9 in the morning. But it's nice to play in your dreams. I have nice dreams, don't you? It's really bluesy.
You had lunch with Davey Jones today at the Andrea Hotel, and you and Lenny go way back.
I remember the time that he had a waiter from Taiwan who came over with your cram chowder. No, Lenny and I were altar boys together. You got to watch out for altar boys. And now my dad lives in Nevada, my mom lives in Boston, my brother lives in Indiana, and I live in Brussels. We're like the nuclear family.
After being everywhere and overseas, you like coming home?
Of course. West Italy was home for me always. Yeah.
You're playing before we go, because we got to take Mr. Jones back to the casino, but
his locker.
You're playing a couple of to his locker. But you're playing a couple of. And where are you playing?
And tomorrow I'm going to be at the world famous Portuguese Holy Ghost Society in the fabulous international resort of Stonington, Connecticut, USA. This will be great on TV next week. Is that right?
That's right.
WBLQ. I said it right. Great.
We covered the presidential debates. We're covering the 2000 campaign. We went to Hong Kong, China, to Washington, D.C., Vanilla Ice, Davey Jones, Paul McCartney, Public Access, Peter Frampton, Roger Daltrey from The Who, KC and the Sunshine Band, Conan O'Brien. It's all because of Public Access. Caswell Cooke Show.
Bob, how you doing? All right.
He's going to give you some stuff.
Oh, really?
I own the Seafood Haven, so we'd
Thanks very much.
pleased if you would take a shot.
Colors and everything.
Right.
Thank you very much.
And next time he comes, he'll eat the clam fritters at the Seafood Haven.
Yeah, sure will. I love the ocean. You know, Davey Jones, his locker, that whole thing.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time at the ocean. It gives me, thank you very much. I thought I needed to see the chiropractor there for a while, but forget it now.
By the way, we got a chiropractor next door, Dr. Campbell. You want to go over there?
No, I've already been adjusted, okay? I've already been adjusted.
Proper terminology, adjusted. Anyway, he sent me this album, and it had a picture of you on the cover. It was something that I guess you were just selling at the concert, Davey Jones Volume 4. I don't have it here. What, you just you made a CD and started selling at the shows too?
Well, you know, as most musicians, I have a little 8-track thing in my house, and I sit down at night, and I always make sure that when I'm starting to create or write, that I turn my tape on, because so many times you forget what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So I sit there and I play, and over the years I've obviously, you know, from the very beginning of Oliver in 1962, when I got the script of Oliver in London, I've got tapes of me singing, you know, with my sister playing the piano, rehearsing Consider Yourself. So all those tapes that my father kept, my sisters kept, you know, that's volume 1, all the stuff that you would never have heard in a million years, you know, singing at the party, singing in the house. Then volume 2 would be songs that I recorded in the mid-60s with Colpix Records, when I was singing Doc Pomus songs, you know, and when I was singing Jeff Barry songs, and Screen Gems Columbia Pictures had people like Carole King and Neil Diamond and Harry Nilsson and Sedaka, Carl Bayer Sager, you know, Lieber and Stoller, you know, Sears and Roebuck, Lord and Taylor.
You're going too far for me now.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, they all wrote songs, you know, and they were trying to launch me. Screen Gems were trying to launch me. So all that material that I did during those days, I have that too. That would be volume 2. And 3 and 4 are collections of songs that I've done over the last 20 years, songs that I've written. And so I've done other things, like we were in Japan last year. We did a live tape while we were over there. You know, all 20 tunes from the show were on the tape, and you know, those are the kinds of things that I make sure the fans have. You know, with the internet now, you're able to communicate with fans. We've got, you know, DaveyJones.net. You'll be able to buy the book from that. You can buy albums, T-shirts, all that stuff. But the thing that I'm most interested in...
DaveyJones.net.
Yeah, well, all the things that I'm interested in are really, I mean, my day evolves around the actual performance. That's my reward, you know, to you know, for doing what I do, is to actually go out on the stage, and that's me improvising, me communicating with that audience. and letting them know that, you know, it doesn't matter to me. We were having lunch today, and we were discussing...
At Lenny Colucci's.
Yeah, Lenny Colucci's, you know. Hey, Lenny, it's a nice place. Now, you know, I'm sorry the sun wasn't shining, and I'm sure that you were glad of the break, because there wasn't an awful lot of people around, because it is the end of the summer. But, you know, we tour all the time, all over the place, and, you know, we meet friendly people, and we met them today, and it was nice to be there. But we're talking about putting shows together and material. Obviously, the Monkees was a major part of my career, and having songwriters such as Carole Kings and Neil Diamond's and Sadakas and Cowboy Sagers and all the rest of the people that wrote tunes, you can't avoid singing Daydream Believer and I'm a Believer and I'm Not Your Stepping Stone and Valerie and I Want to Be Free. These are songs that people remember. It's very difficult for me not to get out and do a medley of Oliver in my show, and it's very difficult for me to not just chat generally like we're doing now, so people get a better insight as to who you are. I mean, sometimes I'll go on the stage and I'll sing 25 tunes in an hour and a half, and other times I'll go on the stage and I'll sing 12. Yeah. Because I've been rabbiting away and talking to the audience and improvising and just playing, because that's, you know, that's what my entertainment value is, being current at that time in front of 100, 200, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, it doesn't matter. You know, this is a performance. We're trying to, you know, instigate an idea of, you know, who I am and what I do, what I've done, where I want to be in the future. But it's very unpredictable as an entertainer. You never know what you're doing. You never know where it's going to take you. All you have to rely on is your talent and the confidence that you put behind it.
My presentation is the J. Jim McDade Award of Excellence. It's somewhat of a novelty that we started here locally, and I've given it to numerous people, and I wanted you to have one as well for the contribution of legendary music and as a member of the Monkees, signed on this date in 1999, August 21st.
Cool, thank you very much.
And by the way, the first recipient was?
Casey Kasem.
Hey, Casey, oh my goodness. Yeah, I did lots of times I was on his program. He's still going.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Jones, for coming on WBLQ Radio. And as a token of our appreciation, we have the official WBLQ coffee mug. So every time you sip your coffee, you can remember that you were on WBLQ.
Thank you very much. You know, you never want to drink out of this side of the glass, over this side, because it all drips down when you drink like that.
That's a good point.
Remember that, okay.
Remember that.
That's one thing. That was an old monkey thing. That was 30 years ago that came from.
We're not monkeying around.
Goodness. Yeah, I'm having a great time, looking forward to the casino tonight, but I'm sure for the people that are going to be seeing this TV program, they're going to miss it. But we'll be back.
We're going to go. So, Caswell Cooke Show, we're out of here. We're done. My thanks to Davey Jones for being on the Caswell Cooke Show.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Are you going to do